In this series, we are trying to bring out the life experiences and the teachings of Venerable Waharaka Abhirathanalankara Theru from Hela Bodhu Piyuma magazines. I hope these precious teachings could bring some light to our path towards Nibbana. The following is a summary taken from the Hela Bodhu Piyuma magazine, version 2, pages 3 to 7. Topic is Ari Metha Metha, how the metta or loving kindness is spread equally. In our last episode, we explained how Arya Metta meditation has changed today. We explained to a certain extent Supreme Buddha preached to a monk how a child born when he was a lay person was deserted by the mother and left to him. He never opened his eyes, was praised by Buddha. Kuddaka Nikaya 1, page 138, Sangrahamajit Sutta. When Supreme Buddha was at Jethavanarama temple, when Chundasukara, the pig killer, in his deathbed, seen the last signs and was shouting and screaming, bhikkhus asked Supreme Buddha why Buddha doesn't go there and preach a word of Dhamma to Chunda. Buddha said Chunda was destined to go to Osupat Hill due to pig killing, and if Buddha goes and preach, if he insult Buddha and Dhamma as well, due to that karma, he will go to powerful great hells as Atamahaniraya. It shows that due to sympathy for Chunda, Buddha did not visit. Today, if such thing happen, think how the people will react. Supreme Buddha with threefold wisdom saw the effects and reacted this way. But in Dhamma books it is stated the occasions when Supreme Buddha was offered meat and fish for dana and how Supreme Buddha consumed them. But Buddha partook only the fallen animal's meat or pansukola or pavatta meat or fish. For further details, refer to Hela Bodhu Piyuma 9, 10 and 11 series. By killing an animal, if the dana is offered, sages like Buddha will never partake. This was what preached by Buddha. Not knowing this fact, some says that will a person with loving kindness accept meat? They says that how dead bodies were consumed and show satisfaction in this way. Even their face gets bad to unpleasantness. But Supreme Buddha has preached meat and fish as pleasant and included in the 7 delicious foods. But it is when these are correctly prepared and not wrongly prepared. Supreme Buddha never to consume wrongly prepared meat. In Subhasutta Anguttara Nikaya, it is mentioned when an animal was dead in natural conditions, the meat was brought as an offering. It also says that if one hides pleasant food and give rough food as alms, he will be born in purgatories. The preaching that Buddha showed compassion like a mother who protects her only son will needs to have a better understanding. To understand this statement, it is important to make it clear how was the compassion of Supreme Buddha. Samyutta Nikaya 1, page 226, Maradutta Sutta. Buddha preached the following to Mara's daughter Tanha. I, winning the pleasant and sweet forms, and fought with klesha or impurities of the mind, and attained dhyanas in solitude, and attained arahantship. I do not create any friendships with anyone. I show the path to Nibbana to everyone. It is not with attachment, it is only compassion, it is kindness. Also stated in Samyutta Nikaya 1, page 369 to Sakkayakka, that a wise would not praise the friendship, but would preach to help a person to end the sansaric suffering. There is no chandaraga or bond there. There is only compassion and kindness. So it is important to understand the compassion and kindness in the way Buddha preached. When one says be healthy, It is not letting the body healthy, it is the mind to get purified. To do this, one should know the 5 aggregates or Rupa, Vedana, Sanya, Sankara, Vijnana. When giving up the affection of Chandaraga and thereby sorrow, lamentation will also disappear. Samyukta Nikaya 3, Nakulapita Sutta. Thereby attaining Nibbana, the mind becomes pure, healthy, and pleasant. According to these facts, all sort of attachments and clingings is not the Buddha's sayings. Dukkha is not what the people's assumption like living pleasantly. It is samsara dukkha. Same way, wishing the healthy is not even avoiding medicine and having a healthy body. Here, wishing healthy means seeing all samsara as a disease and to avoid it and gain nibbana. It is a healing for every disease. If anyone wants to know from Dhamma, can refer Kuttaka Nikaya, Patisambhida Magga, page 277, Vidarshana Katha. The Methanussathi is about wishing a person to get release from sansaric suffering and attain Nibbana. Here it is mentioned samsara as a roga or disease and Nibbana as the niroga state or curing the sansaric disease. If you can understand the defilements as suffering and those creates unsatisfactoriness, understand the world is essenceless and sees the adinava or the real state of the defilements, this is known as anuloma kshanti. When one experiences the calmness and peacefulness as the benefits of or anisansa of Nibbana, it is referred in the sutta as Samyakta Niyama. In Methanussathi meditation, when wishing a person to be healthy, always should refer as sansaric disease and the dangers it is causing to the person, and should see Nibbana as the healthy state. To explain this further, we should look at the verse Mata Yataniyam Puttang in Karaniya Metha Sutta in the following way. Arahant Angulimala one day going for Pindapata saw a pregnant mother screaming in pain and went to Supreme Buddha and related the story. Arahant Angulimala was asked to wish her and the baby good by saying, "From my birth I never hurt any animal, and with this birth may the baby and the mother be well." Then Arahant Angulimala was wondering, "I killed 999 people. How can I wish so?" Then Buddha explained, "Your birth is from the date you attain arahanthood. After that day, you have not hurt or killed any living beings. All bhikkhus, bhikkhunis, upasaka, upasika, all are born in Arya disciplines. And to those people's mother, father is Supreme Buddha. All those who are stream winners, once returners, non-returners, Supreme Buddha becomes happy only when they attain Nibbana. Till then, Buddha gives them Dhamma milk and advises them accordingly." Buddha considered Sanghas as one entity. In Sangha, there is no difference as when 4 rivers meet the sea. It takes one shape as Arahant. So Arahants were not called as my sons by Buddha. The Sangha was seen as one entity and referred as my son. Sangha community, a sort of path was followed, known as Brahma Viharana, in other words, Tathagata Viharana, otherwise Arya Viharana or Anapanasati. If anybody followed this path, he will also be able to attain Nibbana. Anguttara Nikaya 5, 62 page, see her, Senadipati Sutta. Now we will see what is Metha. Lord Buddha, not considering whether rich, big, wise, not wise, humans, animals, equal to everybody. There is an idea today whether this is true or a view. This can be proved according to Dhamma book, Samyutta Nikaya 4, 371 page, Ketava Pamasutta. Once Lord Buddha was living in Parilaya, mango grove in Nalanda, then follower of Nigantanatha Buddha by name Asikandaka Buddha or Gamini came to Buddha and asked whether Buddha shows kindness to all beings. Buddha replied, yes. Then Gamini asked Buddha, then why do you take more time and explain well to certain people and do less for others? Buddha replied, a farmer has 3 paddy fields. One field is very fertile, no wild plants. The second field also grows well, but if this is not well looked after, the harvest gets less. The third field is not fertile, even if worked hard, harvest is less. Then Buddha asked Gamini, out of these 3 fields, which field the farmer will decide to work? Gamini replied, farmer will work in the field that has no weeds and that gives good harvest. Secondly, which field will be cultivated? The second field, which has less weeds and gets good harvest, will be cultivated. If there is time, what will be cultivated? With great effort, working hard will do the third. Buddha asked Gamini, the father does so because he is angry? Then Gamini replied, no, the farmer has no anger with the fields. Then again Buddha asked, if the farmer sows all the 3 fields similarly, it is same or not? The reply was, it is not similar. Clever farmers does not do unequal work. Gamini, I am also similar to that farmer. I also have 3 fields. My fertile weedless field is bhikkhu and bhikkhunis, the monks and nuns. My second field is upasaka and upasikas, or the lay devotees. If Dhamma seeds are sown, there is a little harvest in them also, or they will also reach Magaphala. My third field is wandering sages. Dhamma seeds are sown with counseling and work accordingly. There is a little harvest with them as well. Buddha asked, do you think if I preach all of them, is this equal? Kamini replied, oh no, Buddha, if you preach like that, it won't be equal, as you will not be able to see the same results. Then Supreme Buddha showed another example. Gamini, think a person has 3 bowls of water. One bowl is without holes or no leakage, won't get dry. The second bowl has few holes leaking and gets dry. The third bowl has lots of holes and leaking and gets dry. If the person wants to put water, which bowl will he use? O Buddha, he will use the first bowl. If there is more water, he will use the second bowl, even turning to a side, at least to wash something with that water. Gamini, this person is angry with the bowls. If he puts water in this way, is this equal or not? Gamini said to Buddha that he understood what is Samametta, or equal compassion, and became a devotee of Buddha from that day onwards. Accordingly, Supreme Buddha had shown kindness to children, but not to children, but to a serpent. The serpent, what he had no way to know Dhamma. If even an animal, according to the habits of samsara, if there is a little of clear sense, Supreme Buddha has worked for their benefits. In Parilaya forest, the elephant who offered fruits and the monkey who offered a honeycomb was blessed by Supreme Buddha. Accordingly, Chunda was not visited by Buddha, though he was behind Jetamanarama. He did not go to stop Chunda from killing pigs. Even the animals get results according to their past karma. So how can Buddha or disciples cannot help? Buddha's through Samamitha, preach to those who could attain Nibbana. Sadhu, Teruvan Saranai.